What's up, gang? Hope you're doing well. This video was recommended quite a bit. Maybe not this particular video, but this creator, Chris Lykes, he played in overseas for maybe 3 years. I think he played in Denmark, Istanbul, and Belgium, maybe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Currently in Belgium. Played in Miami. Played at Miami for 3 years, like 3 years and 2 games. I got injured, and then from then on went to Arkansas, I believe. So played 5, went to college for 5 years, played 4, and he was averaging like 15 points a game or something at Miami. So pretty good. But this video I thought it'd be interesting because it's 5'7" professional basketball player getting busy. I want to know what getting busy means. So let's dive into it. Let's see how it goes.
What's going on, family? Got another film breakdown for all my small guards out there.
Film breakdown. Wait, so you guys don't need me. You got Chris Lykes. You don't need me. He's gonna break down his own film. So this would be like filmception. This would be like breakdownception. I'm breaking down a breakdown.
Trying to help us, progress, because I feel like they trying to, we got 6'6" guys trying to take our position and stuff, man.
6'6" guys trying to take our position. He's not wrong.
So, but here we got a good plan off too. The best thing we can do is get in the paint, play off two. It gives us a little more probability of being under control. You see where that big is? Okay, I know I have my pull up. He steps up, good pump fake.
Okay, this is cool. This is a pretty good.
That's trying to.
We'll mute it this time. This is pretty good. So he's driving, gets 2 feet in the key. This honestly should be like a stat you're keeping in your head as a player. Like if you're a guard and let's say you're not a scorer, getting 2 feet in the key is just so valuable. And regardless of what happens here, so even though he kicks it out, this pass could be better. It could have been more direct. We kind of want straight line passes, but again, still gets there on time, or still gets there with plenty of time to get his feet set. To me, that's a win. As a point guard, if you can get 2 feet in the key, kick it out for an open shot, that's a win, regardless of the make or the miss. So you go, okay, I got one. Good job. And if he misses, one of you was saying in the comments, no, maybe it was Patreon, was saying like, what do I do if my teammates aren't making shots or open shots? It's like, well, you keep getting them the ball and then you say, good shot, keep shooting. One of the biggest things is confidence for a shooter. And if they know you're going to keep finding them when they're open, they're going to keep cutting, they're going to keep spacing, they're going to keep being ready for the pass. It's like a culture as a point guard, like you're setting the culture, you're setting the pace, the tone for your team. This is something you don't just do in the games, you do in practice. Drive in practice, and you can probably score a lot more in practice because you're playing against your own teammates. You're not playing against the other team's best defender, let's say. But 2 feet in the key, kick it out. Like, look for those times where you can kick it out and get someone else a shot. And when they shoot it, just be like, hey, good shot, keep shooting. And then those guys that are finding themselves getting lots of shots, got to find a way to motivate them and get them in the gym shooting extra shots and be like, you need to get some extra shots up because I'm going to keep passing you the ball. So all of that was good. Then this, so a twist, they called it that in Australia as well, but the twist is just like a rescreen. So you're setting the screen here and then goes to the other side and resets the screen. I think the timing could have been better. Like right now, he should be just going straight off of the screen here. You got way more space to work with, and it's while this action is shaping up over here. But still gets it set. I mean, really, I'm going to be honest, this is just not very good screen defense either. Not really sure what league this is. This looks like maybe the second league. So you're still going to see really good, probably this, every country's different, every league is different. So I'm not going to try to be the guru or the deciding factor on this. So that this type of defense, the type of options available to you are going to be different than what the options that were available to like Mike James and Carson Edwards. Doesn't mean it's easier. It just means it's different because you're playing with guys that are probably slightly not as good, but you're also playing against teams that are slightly not as good. So the technical way or fundamental way that you would beat a screen or how you would guard something at this level is going to be different. That doesn't mean it's worse. It's just like, as a player, you've got to be aware of like what level are you playing against and what level are you playing with, kind of like know your personnel. Again, this is like a point guard focus thing, but defense goes over, which is good. This is what drops gives up. It's supposed to protect this guy for a split second. Does a really good job fighting over the screen. I don't think this big should have come forward. Should have just kept going backwards, especially once he picks up the ball here. We spoke about it a few videos back. That's a tough shot. Russell Westbrook was shooting that with Tony Allen chasing over the top. That's a tough shot if you get into your jump shot and you see this guy chasing you from the side. But makes a really good decision here. And what the offense did well, what Chris did a really good job of forcing the defense to step up. Sometimes when the defense messes up, you can't just be like, oh, they suck or they did this. Sometimes it's what the offensive player did to open that up. But really good pocket pass. Post player makes it really good, just like pick up and go. I think he misses, but that was the right play. So Chris twice in that first play made two really, really, really good plays, and they didn't score. That's what you do as a point guard. That's what you do as a willing passer. Now, a lot of people will see that, okay, we didn't score, I'm not passing it to you again. All right, well, those guys are going to stop setting screens. Those guys are going to stop spacing the floor. Like you have to just buy in, and then you've got to be working with them on the development side. Like, all right, let's get in the lab and let's work on that little drop off and pick up and finish. Sorry, we'll turn the...
Starting the game, steps up, good pump fake. And
So it gets a drag screen. We've spoken about this. It's just like a transition kind of side ball screen.
The game off, I like to, try to get my teammates involved, but if I have an open shot, I'm going to take it. So.
Spoken like a true scorer. Early on, I try to get my teammates involved, but look, if I got an open shot, I'm going to take an open shot. This is the three-pointer that I said is a very real shot that people need to practice, especially nowadays in the fast-paced offense. And especially if you're 5'7", and you can't do this, like you see how Chris got open on that first play because the defender had to fight over and it opened up so many more options. This has to be a threat. This has to be a real threat.
I like to, try to get my teammates involved, but if I have...
Now that defender, especially if he hits it, this defender is going to be like, oh, I got to stay attached the whole time. I got to go over screens. Now it's going to let Chris get downhill and open up his teammates.
I'm going to take it. So be aggressive, look to score. I always say, you get assists when you're looking to be aggressive. But I knew he was going to be in drop cover.
Nice. Good look. This is good too. Steph Curry talked about this in a video, and you see it way too often. Guys will slide up to try and get the ball, and they'll just keep floating. Sometimes you just got to cut. Sometimes you got a sacrificial cut. Sometimes you got to cut to the ball or off the ball. So instead of just continuously floating, what's the cue that we normally talk about? Right when you see the back of the defender's head, I don't even know if he's thinking this or it's just kind of intuitive, but right when you see the back of your defender's head is the perfect time to cut. So honestly, that fake didn't do anything for him. It's when he looked back for the ball. That cut was wide open. Catch and shoot, rise up. Now we wonder why that big stepped up the first time. Well, if Chris is known for shooting this shot, you got to contest it. You got to do something.
But I knew he was going to be in drop coverage there. So
this is another good example of a guy being a professional basketball player, and this guy's a guard, 5'7" guard. What crazy crossovers have we seen yet? Nothing. Just fundamental.
We get that mid-range. Here.
All right, so he gets the screen. Hold on, a couple things
there. So we get that.
So we get this action. What's that action called?
Mid-range.
What is that action called there? You guys let me know in the comments. Either way, it's good to make the defense have to guard these other... I speak about this a lot when I talk to American, high school coaches and things like that. We don't really do this in America very much, but, overseas, especially watching Serbia in the Olympics was insane. The amount of first side actions they have to open up this ball screen, just to get into the ball screen so that this defender doesn't arrive on time. Is huge. So he at least has to think about possibly helping on those guys. It's kind of a false action, but then he sprints into the ball screen really well.
Yeah. Okay, he's high on that.
So he's hedging, but he's late. He's late on this hedge. He should already be out there.
Screen, but I pretty much know I have the split action.
Yeah, he was way too late, and Chris could have gone over the top or could have split. That was really good. But again, this is why it's important to dissect these things. So this is not a knock on him. As a player, you've got to make plays. You got to make things happen. This is awesome. So if he was my import and I was coaching him, I'd be like, keep going. This is great. This is more talking about what the other players should be doing, right? Just so you guys can understand if this will work at your level.
Yeah.
We watched that. I think we covered it. Maybe not. I'll do a video on that this week just because we're starting to see it a lot now. But arriving late on this screen, it's just a killer. If you're playing against a good ball handler, like he can do whatever he wants right now. He can go full speed over the top. Now it's just a 50-50. Is he going to go full speed over the top, or is he going to fake over the top and split?
Okay, he's high on that screen, but I pretty much know
And he does. He fakes that he's stepping out, gets this the big to take one big step this direction, and then he just splits the gap.
Unless he's able to move.
He's got so many options here available. This is a 4-on-2 now. 4-on-2. He could drop it off to the big. He can go finish himself. He can kick all the way to this corner, kick to here. Remember, we're watching the gap theory, and they were talking about once the dominoes start, spacing is so important. And I find that we ruin the spacing a lot. So when we do finally beat our player, like there's nowhere to go, this spacing is really good.
It's laterally fast.
Yeah, this is excellent. Excellent pass, excellent read. That time, and I'm pretty sure he's right-handed, so this is his strong hand, so he's being able to zip it across the court, but being able to do that also going to the left, very, very important. So I wonder if we see any of those. But this is great. On the bounce, he just picks it up and throws. He doesn't need another bounce.
Unless he's able to move as laterally fast.
And then hitting him right on the money. I mean, obviously, this could be slightly better. These are little things that Chris could work on, but this is this is almost as good as it gets, right? Barely has to move his hands to get, just barely. He's still in his frame. Like, this is, if you're throwing that to me, I'm happy with that.
Get down.
And then get the second closeout, and this guy's here if you want to just go one more. This is great basketball.
I'm gonna have that split, and then I'm just waiting on the help from the corner to know that I had that pass. Here I know I had a split again. The help.
Same thing. This is just late defense again.
I'm gonna have that split, and then I'm just waiting on.
Yeah, this defender is just late, but it's why is he late? It's because it's transition. Look how fast he's running up the court. This player, I feel like
downhill. That's
defensively they could definitely have a better game plan. This would be easier to see if I was watching the whole game.
That split, and then I'm just waiting.
And sorry, maybe I'll mute. I hate doing this because he's breaking this down and probably making it. But you can go watch the original video if you want. But I'm just not sure if the volume's going over me while I'm talking. But this right here, like as a defender, I mean, that's just a tough position to guard if the big isn't already up at shoulder level with this big. Go watch Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Pacers. I've referenced this a lot in the past finals, but it was some of the best defense we saw, especially from bigs. You'd see Obi Toppin would be all the way up the court. If his player was up here setting a screen, even if the Thunder are going all the way up the opposite end, he would run full court and be involved in that pick and roll and then sprint all the way back. Like your bigs have to be involved. But Chris does a great job of full speed off the screen and then just forces him to make a decision. Am I going to go full speed right, or am I going to fake going full speed right and then go full speed left? I mean, there's a basic one-on-one principles here. And you just have to guess. If you're slower, you just got to guess. Yeah, unsportsmanlike. I really like these. I really like this rule. I didn't like it at first when I was playing, but it started making sense. If you're not going for the ball, it's just an unsportsmanlike. I think it's 2 free throws in the ball back. So on a fast break, if someone runs by you, can't just grab their shirt. It's like you have to go for the ball. I love that rule. We'll turn him back up.
An intentional foul there. But yeah, this is, I think, one of my better defensive games as well. This is something that we do in Europe is the big takes the guy, he takes the ball handler, and I end up taking the roll pass. I take the roll pass away.
He said this is one of his better defensive games. So interesting. We saw this with this pick and roll clinic as well. Again, I think I'm going to break down that clinic and show you guys because it's got a lot of this stuff. It's really good. It takes a good big defender though. I love this.
This is, I think, one of my
hedge and just stay with him.
Better defensive games.
Stay with him until the pass, and then this guy's kind of responsible for two for a second.
This is something that we do in Europe is the big takes the guy, he takes the.
That was really good defense. And until the offensive player turns back, I can't remember what that position is called. I'll break down the clinic and show you. But that was very good. This right here is pretty interesting. This is the Jose Alvarado.
The ball handler, and I end up taking the.
Yeah, up here at the top. This is the Jose Alvarado.
Roll pass. I take the roll pass away. Here, I was very pissed. I did not get this.
He second-guessed himself because he thought the point guard was crossing it over.
Roll pass. I take the roll pass away.
He had him if he would have stayed on this side.
Here, I was very pissed. I did not get this. I miscalculated. I thought he was going to put the ball to his right hand, but...
Same thing I just said. Yeah, good job.
Very pissed. I did not get this. I miscalculated. I thought he was going to put the ball to his right hand, but, you know, that's something that you guys might be able to pick up. Jose Alvarado does it. Okay, there's...
He said it too, Jose Alvarado. Nice.
Side of me here. They're in that drop coverage again. Okay, I can keep my guy on my back. As soon as he comes and I see two on me, easy kick.
Yeah, you don't want to help one pass away, and this is weird. Good ball handlers, good guards do this. Just like keep your dribble alive. Steve Nash did this under the basket a lot with that little hockey thing he used to do, just dribble under the basket. But like this player right here is 2 passes away. But as Chris dribbles closer to him, he becomes 1 pass away. But right now, he's responsible for this. This is the nail spot. He's actually responsible for the nail. He's responsible for not letting Chris go here and get a layup, or letting that big run here and get a drop off for a shot. He's responsible for that. But because Chris keeps his dribble alive.
Here, they're in that drop coverage again. Okay, I can keep my guy.
Right here, he's not responsible for that anymore, but it's a split second, right? It's a split second decision. So it's easy for me to slow down and show you guys like, no, you're not responsible for that. But honestly, this big does a good job of sealing off his guy, kind of like Gortat screen a little bit. Chris could have turned the Jets on and turned the corner. It puts you in a split second to have to make a decision. Again, kind of like a 50-50. But especially once he takes this dribble, once he takes that dribble and that stop, this player has to get back. You're 1 pass away. And again, you're responsible for 60% of this drive and 100% of this. Right now, it's like 100% of this and then 60% of this backwards.
As soon as he comes and I see 2 on me, easy kick, knockdown shot right there. Okay, get over that screen, but see.
He did the same thing again. Nice.
Right there.
Really good job. Again, this is the effort we talk about. We'll listen to his description of it straight after, but some of you say like, why don't you let people finish what they're saying before you talk? For one, it's my channel. I do what I want. No, but I think it's more interesting if you guys can hear me explain what's happening and say like, this is what's happening, this is blah 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 blah, and then the video can play and you're like, oh, that is what's happening. I think it just adds my credibility a little bit, rather than what a lot of creators, a lot of the coaches we've been seeing online, they'll just say what's happening, but they can't explain why or the thought process behind it. But anyways, that's why. This part right here, I think we watch the NBA and we just say there's no defense, but the amount of guys that do this is hard to do for a full game. Fight's over, gets there, he's still late. Like, that's still late, but compared to like how most people play defense, that's really good defense still. So he arrives because he's a little bit late. I'll try to explain what I'm saying. When I say he's late, I mean in the literal textbook sense. And because this isn't like top Euro League, you can be late. Like this is probably A+ defense for the league that he's in right now. I'd be, again, if he's my import, I'm happy with this defense. This is great. If you're Euro League, this is too late. But this screen is too slow as well. Because he's so far off, that screen needs to be quicker. But because that screen was slower, now Chris had time to actually get attached, and they had time to set up their defense. So the timing was a little bit off for the offense. You could have arrived a little bit sooner on the catch, but for this level, that was probably really good. This is probably excellent defense. So, yep, the hedge again. Remember what he said? He's responsible for the pass and not the big. He's responsible for that passing lane and just to make it tough, which is really good. Takes the pass away for a split second. Good rotation. And this is what I mean for this level. In Euro League, the timing is just slightly off with the offense. Again, this is still better offense than what we run over here in the States most of the time. But the timing is slightly off to where this pass doesn't happen and then he can't drop it down straight away. But everything is just a split second slow.
See, I'm supposed to...
Which makes me think that the defense is doing its job really well for this level.
Take away the direct pass from...
because that's the right read. It's just a bad pass. Not being able to pass outside your frame, not being able to throw that with your left hand or over the top, not being able to get that there directly, ends up in like a bad pass. Ends up ruining the dominoes that they were trying to create. Good job.
Take away the direct pass from the roller. That's my job. As our big is the one who stops the ball handle.
This right here is something I learned a long time ago too. I had a friend who taught me this actually in high school, and he was really short, really quick, really one of the most athletic people I've ever played with. But we would try to double team him sometimes, like if we were playing 21 or if we knew he was if it was transition or whatever, we would try to double team him. And then he would always he would always beat the double team. And then I asked him, I'm like, how are you beating the double team? He's like, oh, I just go to the weaker defender. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. So right here, Chris does the exact same thing. The guard does a good job of picking him up early, but the trail big, who's responsible for like kind of not letting him get middle, he would be better off getting out of the way right here. This guard is doing a pretty good job, but he actually kind of sets a screen.
Big is the one.
Kind of sets a screen now. He just goes full speed off of that. Really good.
Okay, we get in.
Nice. Created dominoes. Chris seems like just expert at creating dominoes for his team.
The paint, I see him slide. That's an easy pass.
Yeah, he had 3 options again, or 4, I guess, counting himself. Really good.
Get a foul out of that situation. Here, like I said, but he's already rolled too far, so now that's the last man's job. My job is to get back in front. I probably need a stunt right there because that was an easy drive that I could have.
Yeah.
I said, but he's already rolled too far, so now that's the last man.
Good job on the closeout.
My job.
And yeah, he should stunt here. Just to make him pick it up. I mean, he picked up ready for that stunt. He picked it up thinking he was going to stunt anyways. So again, this is good basketball IQ, but more so he's playing the way things should be happening, but he's not able to react in real time. He actually still had another dribble, could have backed him down, could have really gone one-on-one, forced dominoes for his team. But yeah, Chris is 100%.
I probably need a stunt right there because that was an easy drive that I could have, been in the gap for. Need a stunt right there because that was an easy drive that I could have,
I mean, it's the right pass. Just hits the shoe. Just didn't quite get there. Honestly, he could have thrown it here as well. Chris probably should be up the line a little bit more on this because honestly, the right pass is probably bink, bink. He probably just
I probably
go corner and then straight down.
Need a stunt right there because that was an easy drive that I could have.
Like right here, right when you see that, like throw it to this player and then he can throw it in. And the thing that makes this tough is like knowing the level of the players. We can't expect, everyone's human. Like we can't expect everyone to play the right way all the time. But this is me just telling you, like technically on paper, what's supposed to happen. But when you're coaching at this level, at some point, your coach might just be like, these guys can't do this. They've reached their potential in what they can get on paper. Now you have to go out there and play the game. So I'm not saying, I'm not knocking this league at all. I'm not knocking the players. Like this is still very high level basketball. And it's just the way my tone and the way I talk about things is just like, oh, this is what should happen. This is what I should do. Monday morning quarterbacking it. This is excellent. It's still really good basketball. And me just saying, just for point guards and people trying to learn out there, you don't have to get the assist. You don't have to wait. Sometimes just throwing it to the open player will make the play because then he's going to have a little bit of a closeout here. If Chris goes and guards, and he can just drop it down in the post.
Been in the gap for. Here being in the gap gets me a steal, and now it's time to cut on those burners.
Man.
Here being in the gap gets me a steal, and now it's time to cut on those burners.
Cut on those burners. Full speed right. I like it.
In my right hand. Okay, but here's where I started to pick up the defensive intensity. Because I realized he was really the only point guard they had. And I was like, okay, if I can, make him tired, if I can put some pressure on him, it's really not going to be anybody else to handle the ball. So,
yep, I like the way he's saying. I just wanted to hear what he was saying. Couple things I would point out. He kind of does this thing that we talked about in the Marcus Smart video that I did. I don't know if his whole game plan was this, but I used to stunt just to see what they do with the ball. Chris seems like so quick that he actually can get a little bit out of position and then catch back up. This was really good.
Pick up the.
But see that little subtle stunt just to see what he's going to do with the ball.
Defensive.
and he stunts at it again. He gets out of position. Good job crossing behind the back. But this player is just not quick enough to get like a good angle. He puts himself in trouble by picking up the ball. You definitely don't want to get one step over half court and pick up the ball.
Because I realized he was.
But man, really good job here, taking the contact, staying in the gap. I don't know why he picked it up, but also really good job by the help defense. Pressuring one pass away. There's nothing worse than someone like Chris picking up full court and pressuring, and then everyone else just backing off to where this player gets in trouble. They can just make the next pass. So if you've got a point guard, or if you are that point guard that's really good at defending up here, do what we talked about with Drew Holiday, Tony Allen, Marcus Smart. Like, get your other guys to buy in as well, and then good things happen. So Chris doesn't even get the steal here.
And I was like, okay, if I can.
But get them to buy in and be like, hey, I'll pick up full court and I'll turn him. I'll get him to pick the ball up. But you guys, you have to be guarding your player.
You know, make him tired.
And even off the ball, they're all active. Technically, this guy's in help, right? Technically, this guy's in the gap. Technically, this guy's in the gap. Technically, this guy's in the gap. Technically, they're all supposed to be in the gap. But he picks the ball up. We're all in full denial. We're denying our man. We're not letting him throw it anywhere.
If I can put
really good job. So good job by the big up here.
It's really not going to be any.
Offensively, they could have done a better job, like coming to the ball too.
Anybody else to handle the ball. So everybody was locked in. Everybody was active in that situation. And we turned defense into offense. It's a nice, easy layup. Here we doing it again. This is why
another full court pickup.
Since blood, you know, I smelled it. I smelled blood. So I was like.
It's funny him saying that, I smell blood. Like, yeah, as soon as you see like there's a weakness, like step on their necks. This reminds me of Sedale Threat Jr. Actually, this is actually what turned me into a point guard overseas. We were playing against a team, and Sedale Threat Jr. was leading the league in steals, and he would always win like the golden hands, which meant like most assist to turnover ratio or whatever. He would always be really high up there. And he was really good at getting steals. He was a point guard. And the guy we had on our team wasn't a point guard. He thought he was, but he would he wanted to play the point, so he had the ball in his hands. But Sedale Threat pressures him full court and stole it from him 3 times in a row. And he's even saying, he's talking to the crowd too. He's talking to us. He's talking bad to us. And he's just like, he don't want it. He don't want to dribble. I'm going to get another one. I'm going to get another. He was talking so bad to him. But honestly, we couldn't even get the ball up the court. So I was just like, all right, screw it. I'm going to go get the ball. And I was like 3-4 man at the time. It's my first year overseas. And I just went and got the ball, and I started going full court, getting past my players, not like with a lot of success, but that's when I realized my left hand was much weaker than my right hand. I've always been good at dribbling, but when you're under that type of pressure, realizing going full speed and being under control is a lot different than just dribbling full speed and crossing over every time down the court. Like really dribbling with purpose and getting to a spot on the floor, pretty tough to do. So I was exhausted that game. Probably had 6 turnovers that game. Like learned a lot about myself. But those next 2 weeks, like I locked in, and I was like, I'm going to be a point guard from now on because I'm not going to sit there and watch that. So that actually turned me into a point guard. Guys like this, him being like, I'm smelling blood, and he's just pressuring full court. Everyone else is down the court, just like, come on, man, get it. It's 1-on-1. Come on. I've been there.
Let me see what's up, because he's gonna be tired. There's no way.
I know you're about to yam it.
Okay, hold on.
And he doesn't go for a steal. He waits for the offensive player to get out of position or off balance a little bit.
Since blood, you know, I smelled it. I smelled blood.
Stays with him, gives him that little bump that Marcus Smart talked about.
So I was like, okay, hold on.
And as soon as he lost the ball, he's like, well, I'm on balance while you're off balance. Now I can go get it.
Let me see what's up, because he's gonna be tired. There's no way. We're subbing every 5 minutes, so there's no way.
Now look at this one-on-one pressure, how he handles it.
Then they ended up switching this matchup. So what did we do? We went into a situation where whoever the point guard was guarding, since he's the only point guard, and I think he already had 2 fouls. We're gonna.
I want to talk about this before. I'm trying to listen to what he's saying as he's breaking it down. But anyways, the difference is he's just you have to be able to win your one-on-one matchup, and he does. Everyone else is just like flat. This is kind of pretty like 4 low. Yeah, pretty much just 4 low. He just goes full speed to the basket, handles the pressure. But if you want to be a point guard and you can't handle full court one-on-one pressure, you can't be a point guard. You just can't. Like in even scenarios where you're getting double teamed on the inbounds, you need to be able to get open and get the ball and then handle that pressure, get across the court. Like if you can't do that, you shouldn't be playing point guard. you're probably playing in a league where everyone runs back to half court and then stands and waits for you. Everyone wants to play point guard then, but once this starts happening, it is not fun. Yeah, nice job. Hear what he's saying.
Whoever the point guard was guarding, since he's the only point guard, and I think he already had 2 fouls, we're gonna make him guard. So we see
they're gonna keep putting him in pick and rolls. This is very NBA like.
We're bringing him up, and I'm attacking.
And they don't want to switch, so he's doing his best trying to push him out of the way
in that situation.
But again, the pick and roll, I feel like Chris is probably, what this looks like is his IQ and speed and quickness, it's probably like higher than this level, but him being 5'7" is probably the thing holding him back from being at like a top player in the world, right? Like that's probably the difference. So his IQ and his speed is so much higher, and not necessarily so much higher, but it's you could tell it's elite for this level. And what you need to be able to do to defend a guy like this is you've got to have team defense. And if everyone's not on the same page, like he's just going to feast. And that's what's happening every pick and roll right here. This point guard's got to do a better job of communicating this. And you can either hedge early, y'all can ice it, you can do other things, but just getting stuck here and not being able to help
attacking that situation. We get in the paint here. What did I do? Yup, easy pass.
Picks up full court again.
Right back at it.
Dribbles, gets him to pressure over the corner. Again, this is neutral, right? Chris is winning this matchup. Oh, you guys probably can't even see. But Chris is winning this neutral because he's forcing him to dribble to a corner or just over half court. And then either engaging like with contact or digging at the ball. And this is like coffin corner. You do not want to be in these corners picking up the ball or dealing with pressure. You saw what Chris did. He just dribbled straight up the middle of the floor and kept zigzagging back and forth until he was ready to go. It's really hard to pressure someone when they have the whole floor to work with.
Stand, arms, length, distance, pressure.
That was really good. Again, see the difference? Chris just staying in the middle of the floor. He can go either direction. Whereas that point guard, Chris, is getting forcing him to go into those corners. And like last play, you don't necessarily get a steal every single time, right? Like he didn't get a steal here, but he almost got a little bit of a backcourt. I'm in the way, as per usual. Almost got a backcourt call. Their offense is starting like under duress.
Arms,
everyone else is pressuring. Their first pass of their offense is way up here, past the logo. Like, you've done a great job.
Pressure.
That's a win over the course of a season, over the course of a game, over the course of your career. Like, that's a ton of steals. That's a ton of neutral wins. That's a ton of win conditions that you've helped your team with.
Not gambling too much, but constant pressure. You see, we in the same set.
Ooh, ghost screen, nice.
Now we get the switch that we want. Okay, and it wasn't that he was a bad defender or nothing. It was just he already had 2 fouls.
Really good. Now we just get into our one-on-one.
We in the same.
And again, you always ask, like, when do these one-on-one scenarios happen in 5-on-5? Look at that action. Full speed sprint into a ghost screen, which means it's just not really a screen. You're feinting the screen because they had pick and roll coverages. So now if we just sprint off of that, kind of junks it up a little bit. So you've put this defender in a unathletic position, right? That's an unathletic position. That's effectively a closeout. Now Chris is going full speed downhill. So it's full speed right is what he's been doing to get his buckets, right? Now this defender is like, I have to guard full speed right.
Same set.
That's how everything gets set up here.
Now we get the switch that we want. Okay, and it wasn't that he...
Yeah, full speed right into his full speed left into just a step back along to...
He was a bad defender or nothing. It was just he already had 2 fouls, and he's their only PG, so of course he's going to be tired. See how I'm playing that gap here? Taking away that direct pass, showing my hands. I'm in the gap. Here, taking away that direct pass, showing my hands. I'm in the gap. Okay, we got a stagger situation here.
I wonder if he's going to use this to go one-on-one.
Here.
Nice. I wonder if he sees the pass.
Also, I'm
wide open.
Watching to see, okay, who's paying attention, you know, because sometimes they don't see the ball, so that's an easy drive for me. Okay, we got a stagger situation.
I like how he's talking. This is awesome. Listen to him like think through this. So the thing that you're supposed to read on these plays, we'll mute it again. But you're supposed to read the defender. So the defender went over, and then it looks like this is going to be another screen action here. So it looks like it's going to be another down screen for this big. So this is what I was talking about with like the level. Technically, they're not too good. This is the captain. He's responsible for this. This guy's the nail. He's responsible for this. Like they're all so worried about their player. And I'm thinking like you've got a player like Chris out there. Like you almost always need to be taking away the basket, right? But I don't know if these guys are good shooters as well. And if he's good, he's established his teammates early on, right? 2 feet in the key, kick it out. Nice shot. Keep shooting. He's gotten a lot of drives where he's kicked out to shooters, right? He's kicking. Now what are these guys thinking on defense? Well, I can't let him get open. He's hitting threes. I can't let this guy get open. Chris has done a good job like setting this up. So technically, yeah, just be here. Don't let the guy curl. But I mean, if he's done a good job setting them up with shooting, like this is how you get these scenarios. Maybe a split second late, but it was a straight line drive pass. Nice. No assist. No assist, but hockey assist.
But we have a lot of options out of that stagger.
And that too, he said, got a lot of options out of the stagger. Nice.
Okay, we get the ball up top. I was like,
Yeah, these screens, it's like the timing is just slightly off. And when I say slightly off, I don't mean like, oh, everything I did was perfect. I just mean like when we're breaking down EuroLeague, man, everything is so on time and so crisp. When we break down the NBA stuff, it's just like there's a lot of actions and a lot of threats, but it's predominantly one-on-one. So I would still say this gets a B+. This level that they're playing at is still A-. I would say it's still A-. This is really good basketball. So I'm not knocking this level of basketball. If you're playing at this level, huge respect.
I want to shoot that. I was like, oh, he's going under. Okay, now I have to shoot it. I have to shoot this because I feel like
be able to shoot.
That was
be able to punish them.
A bit disrespectful.
Is that a bit disrespectful?
We get the ball back up top. Okay, drive him out. I probably had a lob in this situation right here, but
yeah, he had a couple options. Looks like he just took one too many dribbles like before he made his decision. But being able to, that little hook pass again, we've spoken about that.
I know that the guy's supposed to be up.
Created a little closeout.
Weak side, and we get a nice play out of that.
All right, we'll watch one more.
So the more you play basketball, the more experience you will have, and overseas basketball it's a little bit different, but it reminds me a bit of college basketball. So I know that I have a shooter trailing right here in this situation.
All right, I just wanted to hear what he was saying. Just play that out. This is really good. I love this. I think this is so good for especially young players to watch, but even for me to get perspective on like what's going through his head, what he's thinking, what he's seeing on the court. Like this is gold. This is amazing. Please go follow Chris Lykes. He's only got 7,000 subs. This is criminal. This is criminal. Go follow him. Go subscribe. This is my personal channel. So I am subscribed to him on the Midrange channel, I do believe. But go check him out. This is great. I loved every bit of this, and I can't wait to see more. I can't wait to see where the rest of his career goes. So thank you guys for sending that through or recommending that one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.